Welcome to the second chapter of your geography textbook. The chapter's name is Physical Features of India, and for the sake of convenience, we will be studying this chapter in three parts. This is the first part. There is one branch of geography which studies the physical features of the land, and that branch is known as physiography. And in this topic that we're going to cover in this video, we will see how did the Indian subcontinent form. We will look at the history. We'll look at what is Pangaea and Gondwana land. We will see briefly what does the plate tectonics theory say, and we'll talk about the Indo-Australian plate and the Eurasian plate, and how India reached where it is today. On the left hand side, you have one single landmass, and this single landmass is known as Pangaea. Pangaea means all the land. And when we look at it, the same thing in this picture, on the top we have the same Pangaea, and over a period of time we started breaking, and it broke, and the land masses separated from each other, and it gave rise to what the map of the globe we know as today. This developed. To understand what's the plate tectonic theory, just look at this picture of a broken plate. The pieces are there, and once upon a time this was one complete plate. Now the pieces are broken apart from it. So the northern part of Gondwana land. Now Gondwana land is one of the pieces that separated from the Pangaea. If you see this one on the right hand side, this lower part is the Gondwana land, and the upper part is known as Laurasia. In Gondwana land, India was somewhere in the northern part of it. All right, so let's have a look here. So this is India. This is how it used to look in those times, and let's see what happened to it. Now, just like you saw the picture of the broken plate, this is what the uh, Earth today looks like. These continents are located on broken plates, and each plate can be up to 100 kilometer thick. And India also has got its plate. This is the plate on which India rests. There are several major plates and seven major plates and several minor plates, and this is the Indian plate. Some 70 million years ago or 7 crore years ago, the Indian plate started moving towards the north, and hit hit the Eurasian plate, and this is the India that we commonly known as today. The plate tectonic theory is a scientific theory describing the large-scale motion of seven large plates and movement of large number of smaller plates of the Earth's lithosphere. Since tectonic processes began on Earth something 3.3 to 3.5 billion years ago. Now let us see what happens when the plates move. Either they converge or they diverge or they rub past each other. Now let us see the first thing, if they are converging. In this, I want you to observe very carefully that the subducting plate, which is there on the left hand side, has gone below the overriding plate. This is the first thing I want you to notice. This is a result of a collision. And here again, another thing you should notice is the trench formation. This is the deeper part on the landform. The overriding plate is the higher part. Now, when we will talk about the formation of Himalayas, you'll need to know this, because this is where the Himalayas rose, and in the trench, this is where the alluvial soil got deposited and formed the northern plains. So let's go ahead. Explanation of the same collision or the convergence. Now, if these are the fold mountains, and if there is compression from one side and this plate is not able to move past another, it gets compressed and it forms something known as fold mountains. These are almost parallel ranges of different heights, and this is how our Himalaya is formed. So Himalaya is classified as fold mountain. Now have a look here. These mountains show the folds very clearly. When this folding took place, it was a slow process over thousands of years or lakhs of years. It did not crack the mountains, but only folded them. Here's another example of it. Now, as a result of convergence, what happened was there was uh, a rise of the Himalayas. This is where the Himalayas rose, and then behind the Himalayas, the Tibetan plateau also formed. Now, when the plates go away from each other, they are said to be diverging, or these are the divergent plate boundaries. If the plates are moving from away from each other, below them is the mantle of the earth, and magma from there rises upwards and fills the place which these plates have left. And this causes the expanding of the sea floor. In case the plates neither converge nor diverge, but if they just slide past one another, this is known as a transform plate boundary. Most of the earthquakes are caused this way because if they are rubbing or if they are colliding, and if there's a resistance between them, then the energy is released suddenly. This is one of the causes of earthquakes. The second cause of earthquake is volcanic in nature. Now, these are the results of uh, transform boundaries. Here on the picture on the left hand side, you can clearly see that there's a boundary between them. The plates have formed the boundary, and this is how it is. They're slipping past each other. And whenever this happens, we say a fault has been created. So let's look at one fault. This is San Andreas fault in the United States, and this is the kind of landform it forms. This is end of part 1. Now I'll be putting the part 2 of this video shortly.